Howdy y'all, Fuzzy Biker here. Welcome to Throwback Thursday. We're in the magic back room of Baxter Cycle and look what they have laid out for us today. I will bet dollars for donuts that you have never seen anything quite like this. Very unique looking motorcycle. You've probably heard of this. You know what those are. But everything else about this is very different. Very, should I say special? I'm not sure. So basically, let's start with the power plant. It's got a 741cc inline triple overhead valve. That means the cams are in the bottom with a 4-speed transmission. Compression ratio is 9.5 to 1 in stock form. Now, I don't know if this is a stock engine or not. As a matter of fact, I know it's not in some ways. These come with a dry clutch, a single plate dry clutch, and I've heard that those are quite an interesting thing. I've never rode one, so I don't really know directly about that, but I've heard stories about the noise they make and things like that. What I'm trying to show you here now is, so 3-cylinder engine, 2 carburetors, 2 30mm concentric amals. I believe that's what those are. If you all know any different, let me know. So somebody developed a way to put an air box on with so 2 30mm carbs instead of 3 27mm, I think, 26, 27. Very different. And I'm told that's supposed to help with the top end. So let's start with that. Just a unique variation. And then the custom pipe, of course. The beautiful Triton engine, of course. You know, look at all, just beauty all the way through. Custom made linkage and parts, and just a wow thing. Norton tank. And the frame is a feather bed. Let's see what I got written here. Slimline feather bed frame. So I asked about that. What does that mean, slimline? It has something to do with the way the piping goes back here somewhere. It's narrower than the older style bikes, I guess. Those of you that know, please chime in. And a feather bed means that there's probably no lugs anywhere. Everything's just kind of welded. If you see, you know, no lugging. It's supposed to be lighter that way. Some bikes the frames are lugged, and then pipes are brazed into the lugs. But anyway, so that's kind of what we got going there. I noticed when we were looking down here, the 3 coils right up there. Here's how you adjust your valves. The cams, like I said, are down here. The cams, there are 2 sets of tubes up here, pushrod tubes, to run 3 sets of valves. That's kind of interesting. Front and back. There's 2 in the back too. And I'll have to talk to AJ about that, and maybe I can at some point find an engine that's tore apart that you can show us. But look at this. You know, all of this is custom made. That's the shifter. Oh no, that's the brake. That's the brake. Wow, tight on room there. Shifter over here. Look at this linkage. Kickstart. When I was sitting on this, that shifter really hit into your leg. Dry sump engine. Here's the oil tank right here. So it screams minimalist hot rod from here back, okay? But then you step up forward, got this massive disc brake, floating disc brake, 6-piston caliper, braided line, modern forks, you know. All of this looks very contemporary, you know, the switching. Even these gauges that look like old Smith gauges, they don't look old for some reason. They look modern. There's no marking on them to say what brand they are, at least not on the tops. I'm assuming that means high-low for lights. Not sure what any of these do. Off, it says here. On, maybe that's a start. I don't know if this is electric start or not. No, it's kickstart. You know, clutch lever. That's that dry clutch we were talking about. So this, like I said, this is all very modern. You know, big old triple trees and, you know, clip-on bars and headlight, and the fender looks old. I'll give them that. And spoked wheels. I'll bet you these rims are sun rims. It says sun rims. Does that mean anything to y'all? Put something in the comments if you know what those are. But look at this. You know, lots of room in here. Sign of a performance machine, right? Just a gorgeous machine. I don't know what the wheelbase is on this. I don't know what the thing weighs. It feels quite heavy. I was pushing this one around, and a lot of mass to this one compared to this one. This one has got the 650 in it, I think, or 750cc. We actually did a video on this one. Actually, that's a gorgeous bike too. Let's stay focused, Fuzzy. I don't know if you guys can hear the thunder outside. That means I'm going to be riding home in the rain. But look at these adjusters for the, mechanical brake. Big old drum brake on the back. I'm guessing that's an engine vent tube right there. Here's the little minimalist blinkers, taillight. Are there blinkers on the front? I do not see blinkers on the front. Y'all spot them. Post. It's really quite a machine though. It's really quite a machine. It's something to look at for sure. I would love to hear it running. I'd love to ride it, to be quite honest. Dampener here for the fork. NGK. Look at that seat. Wow. The story is that this came from out east somewhere. Some builder, hi-fi builder out there built it. I don't know how Baxter's ended up with it. But I was looking, just like this pipe. Everything about this is just extra super duper nifty, blah, 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 I like it a lot. And it's very interesting with that front end. But well, anyway, I've been meaning to get a video of this bike for quite a while. I wish I could present you with more information, but that's the best I can do today. I talked with the guys that were working here, and it's kind of a mystery machine in that sense. If you're interested in something like this, get a hold of Baxter Cycle, baxtercycle.com. Ask for Randy, Mark, or Jeremy. Tell them Fuzzy Biker sent you. They ship overseas, by the way. This is another Triton here. This is a 2005, made to look like a 1965. Whole row of Triumphs, Nortons. That looks like a matchless, newer Triumphs, older Triumphs way over yonder, DSAs, everything, 500s over there, Triumphs 500s, an old aerial yonder. Look at all these parts too. This is just one building, and you can't see, this goes on beyond there, and they've got warehouses full of parts. I think they're the largest British vintage motorcycle part supplier in North America. If you need something for your project, get a hold of these guys. Baxter Cycle, baxtercycle.com. Now, if the weather's nice where you're at, get out and ride, my friends. Wahoo!